Hi guys, very good afternoon to you. Today I'm gonna discuss about the VLOOKUP. I have uploaded already I think 2-3 videos on the VLOOKUP, and this time this is more of a difficult kind of a situation which we have, and this comes from somebody who said that he has 3 sheets, and he has the names here and the marks, and similarly in sheet 2 again names, uh, we have the same names and the marks, and in third sheet again the same names, marks, and one additional column which is final marks, right? This is a more of a dummy data. I did not work on the exactly the data which was sent to me, but again the concept will remain same. So if I got his question correct, then what he wants to do is he wants to run a VLOOKUP on every sheet one by one. Not in fact the VLOOKUP, but he says VLOOKUP is something which I think can be done very easily. But what he says is that he wants to find it out the value of A in sheet 1, and if in sheet in this sheet if the value of the A is 0, then it should go to the sheet 2, and again it will find the value of A, and if it is again 0, then it go to the it should go to the next sheet which is here. And if in this sheet, which is the final sheet, the third sheet, if this value is 0, then ultimately it should return the value from this C column, and C column is a column which cannot have any 0 value, right? And in case if, like for example X, if we have in this output sheet we have the X element, in case if it is finding the value for the X in the very first sheet, it should not go to the next sheet. So it is all about finding the 0. As long as you're finding the 0, you keep on switching to the next sheet till you don't come to this final sheet which is the third sheet, right? I hope you got the question. Let me just repeat my question again. For example, for this element, if I talk about Y, first formula has to be done in such a way that when it runs, then Y, it should find the value for the Y. Now it is a 0 here, so it will not stop here, it will go to the next sheet and it will try to find the value of the Y here. Now the moment it finds the value for the Y, which is 12, it will stop. The formula has to stop. If by chance we would have got here 0, then the user wants that it should go eventually to the final sheet, and from here the value of the Y should be picked. Now here if the Y is 12, then it's fine, the formula should stop working. But in case if it is 0 here as well, then ultimately it should catch the value from here, right, from the C column. So that's something that's quite interesting. So what I think is that this can be done with the VLOOKUP. So what we are going to do is, let's prepare first of all the plan. The plan is to check the VLOOKUP values of all these items from the output sheet, and wherever you're getting the 0, you should not actually stop there, but you should go to the next condition. And you know that when we use the if conditions, if condition has, whenever you work on the if condition, it always says value of true and value false. So we'll say that the VLOOKUP of these numbers, if it is equals to 0, then stop, then do whatever you want to do in the true condition, and if it is not, then do whatever you want to do in the false condition, right? Make sense? All right, so I beg your pardon. Let's start building this formula. So I'll say that first VLOOKUP. Let me just show you step by step. We'll do this VLOOKUP with the very first sheet, which is this sheet, second column, and 0 the exact match, right? Okay, so now this VLOOKUP will return me what? It will return me 0, which is why I want to now check this value again. You have the A0 here, so I want to go to the next sheet, right? So what I'll say is, we'll say that if my VLOOKUP of this is equals to 0 and then comma, then what should be the next step? Means if this is 0, then obviously it is going to be true. So in my true condition, I would say that then go to the VLOOKUP again, and again this item, and go to this second sheet and use the VLOOKUP here, true column and second 0, right, and return me the value, right? So it will return the value. Now the question is, what if this VLOOKUP again returns you 0, right? So you again put a new VLOOKUP here. Now we are not going to enter this false condition for this first VLOOKUP right now. Instead we'll build this formula again. If now VLOOKUP, if this logical test is now again equals to 0, then what should happen? Then it should again go to the next sheet, right? Again it finds this value and it should go to this value, right? And returns me the second and the 0. Now again a situation can come, if this value would also be 0, then what? So again you'll build this. Now for this VLOOKUP, for this, if this true is there, this is the true, this is the VLOOKUP, you know, this is the true condition which we are doing. But for this false, we'll not cover the false as of now. We'll again use the if, and again we'll start the new VLOOKUP. So now if this VLOOKUP would again be 0, which means you have tested all the sheets. Now what should happen then? Then a VLOOKUP should happen with your this output sheet, which is my this sheet, and the table array in this time it will be what? It will be C, third column, and 0. So it should return you the value of this, you know, the column of the 3. Now what else is left? If the moment I press enter, this formula, let us see if it is going to work or not. So I'm getting the 16 here. Let us check. We have the value of the A16 here. See, I'm not going to prepare this formula in just one step. We'll go step by step so that you can understand, right? So what is my first value? My first value for the A is what in sheet 1? It's 0, right? So it must have gone to the next sheet. Again would have found this A as a 0, so it would have gone to the third sheet, and here in third sheet it has found again the 0 and the 16 is returned, and this is what I'm getting here, right? Okay, so let's change this. Let's add some value here. So I should get the now 12, because now it should not go to the next 2 or third sheet. Let us check. Okay, so again now we are getting the false. Why we are getting the false? Because we have not put the false conditions as of now. We have told the Excel that if you're getting the 0, then do this, but we are not telling it that if you're not getting the 0, then what should happen, right? So remember, we have only used so far for every if, we have used only the true function, not the false function, right? So what we are going to do is this time for this false, what it is supposed to be done. So guys, think on that. In case if let's first start, let me write some the values, maybe some text here. I'll say let me write some A. Okay, and now what I want to do is this A is going to work for which item? This is something which I'm going to check, right? So if I say that A12 is here, and if I say that it's going to be 0, and I come back here, and again it is going to return me the value. So now we'll have to think logically. If after running all the options, okay, so let's start with first with this VLOOKUP. Now this VLOOKUP in A to B, if it is equals to 0, then it should go to this VLOOKUP, right? Because it has found the 0. What if it is not going to find the 0, which means that the value has to be there? So what we are going to do is, now you can check here that the moment I have written here the the comma, it is showing me in the false, that what it supposed to be done in this false condition, right? So what I'll do is, if it is my false, then obviously I would want that the VLOOKUP of this value should be taken up with this sheet, and it should return me the second value. Okay, press enter. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's try to enter here 12. Okay, you are still not able to see false, because we have covered only just this VLOOKUP in this condition. And so I'll again write here, for this if condition there is another false, so what I'll do is, I'll again press comma, and I'll have this again the false, and this time I will cover this element, VLOOKUP this 0. Okay, so there's some formula error. Yeah, now I just press the two, I close this, because there were two open parentheses. The moment I close this with two open closed parentheses and press comma, you see it has taken me to this false, right, which is this first false. So here I'll write this VLOOKUP, and I should get this value now. False means that if it is finding some value not 0, then what it should do. So obviously if it is finding some value, then it should not go to the next sheet, to check what value it holds. It should immediately stops at the first sheet, right? Okay, so we got the 12. So we got the 12. You can check here, right? We got the 12. Now before I tell you what exactly is happening, just to brief you, let us first maybe freeze the tables, though we don't require it because we have used A to B, but still, just as out of the habit, I'll do this. A to B, A to C. Had it been A1 to C3 or maybe C100, C1000, then it would have made a lot of sense, but anyways, that's fine. So let's drag the formula. I guess we are perfectly fine with this. Alright, so we're getting the values here, and now let's check what is B. So B, let us check for the B. So B has 0, right? So it means it would have gone to the next sheet. So here also again it has found that the B is 0, so it would have moved to the next sheet, and here also B is 0, so it is, the value has to be 22. Yeah, 22. Awesome, right? Wow, that looks very nice, right? Now let us check for the Y. Y holds what? It's 0. So obviously it would have not stopped there because it has found this true condition, and it has moved to the next sheet. And in this next sheet, which is second sheet, Y is again 0. So it is again going on the next condition, and here it is finding what? It is finding 0, and it should return 13. So we got the error here. We got the A. How come we got the A? That's quite strange actually. So A should not be there. Do we have any value with the A in the lookup? No, we don't have. We have always the numbers in the marks. So we'll have to identify what exactly we are doing here. Let us check. So this VLOOKUP A4 is A4. Okay. So I guess we are doing a mistake here. This VLOOKUP should not be from the second sheet, right? It should always be from the first sheet. From the sheet, this output sheet, VLOOKUP A4, right? And yeah, I think that has to be the reason. And we don't require this output sheet here because that's my own sheet. What else? I think we are fine. Let me drag this and let me copy this and paste it here as well, right? So let's check for the Y now. So Y is, yeah, so we are good. We are good here. If I change this to AJA, it will give me the value AJA. Perfect, very nice, right? Okay, let's check for the X. So X is going to be, here is what? It's going to be, sorry, just shuffle the sheet. It has to start from the first sheet, right? Okay, so X is what here? X is 22. So ideally it should not go to the next sheet, right? It should stop there, then and there, and it should return me 22, right? So X is 22. Perfect. And Z 33. Let me check the Z. Okay, so the Z is 33, so it is giving the value. Now if I'm going to change this to 0, right? So let's see that what exactly is giving me. So it is giving me 0. Reason being, let's check. So Z is 0 here, so let's move to the next sheet and find what the Z holds. So Z holds 33. So ideally I should have got here 33, right? Yeah, so there's a problem here. Okay, we'll fix it, and I can see the problem, I guess, because now this VLOOKUP is with the 3, and this VLOOKUP is for the first sheet, and this VLOOKUP is for the, again with the first sheet, right? So that's wrong here. So the last false condition is for the first VLOOKUP, right? Because Excel always calculates whenever you work on the multiple formulas, the formulas which comes first, which comes means within the that formula, then it calculates first those formulas which comes which falls within the formula, and then it goes to the outer side. So inner formulas are going to be executed first. So here I said that if you do the VLOOKUP and if you get the 0, then you'll have to check again in the next sheet, and you'll have to find out that if in that next sheet if the VLOOKUP says again the 0, then you'll have to find in the next sheet which is this third sheet, and you'll have to find that whether there again you have the 0. If it is a 0, then please again in the very same sheet, which is this third sheet, that as you can see, just use the value of from A to C and give me the column third, right, which is this column, right? So the problem here is that in case if it is not going to be 0, then what? If it is not going to be 0, it means in this first sheet, as you can see this first, then obviously it should return me the value. It should not go to the next if, right? So here what I want to do is in this if it is not 0, then I should get the value of from the very first sheet. Perfect, right? So I guess the problem here is this, because this is for the second sheet, right? This is for this. Now this is going to be executed. If it is going to be true, then it is going to check this. If it is not going to be true, means the value is there, not a 0, then it should execute this value, right? It should go to the second sheet and the same sheet where it is finding the value, and should return the value. All right, yeah, so we got there. We got it, right? So I wanted to do it from the very scratch, because I thought let me start it from the scratch, so that you can actually correlate that when you prepare this formula you may come across these kind of issues. So I did not want to get first ready with this formula, wanted to go with the flow, so that's going to be learning for you, right? So now let's do one thing. Just now you have the Z33 here, right? Z is 0 here, Z is 33 here. So if I'll write here 0, then what it will do is it will go to this 33, and if I change this number, let's do 44, it should return me the 44. Okay, so it is returning me now what? It is returning me A, right? So it is Z should not return me A. So again we have some problem here. Okay, so what could be the problem? In second A to B, it should evaluate the value, and in third A to C, it should return the value. If it is not equals to 0, A6. Okay, so let's check on this. Okay, so ideally I should get the 44, right? Not the A. Okay, so first it started from here, A6. In A to B, it did not it actually finds the 0, because in first sheet we have the 0. So what I want to do is I should check this value again in the second sheet, and again in this second sheet, if it is going to find 0, which is in this case is 0, then I should go ahead and I should find the value of the VLOOKUP again, the A6 in the third sheet, and in third sheet if it is 0, right, then it should return me what? A to C by 3. Okay, so here we got the problem. In case now you guys, can you see this? That's a beautiful error, I would say. I love to work on errors actually, because it gives you a lot of learning. Now you see when it has reached to this third sheet, in this third sheet A to B, and obviously it would have found that in A to B there is some value. Okay, now A to B, in here I have got the value of the 44, so it means that it should go to the false, which is this false, and that's why it is returning me the A, right? I wrote that A just to get the understanding. I just wanted to write any dummy number, but now here I will write the complete formula. So in case if I'm sorry, now if this value is not 0 in third sheet, then immediately look up this value in the third sheet and return me the second column, right? That's what we are supposed to do. Press enter. Okay, so we got some open parenthesis and close parenthesis. We'll have to check. Okay, so let's see. We look up this A6 with this A, and I guess yeah, we got it, I think, finally. And I have the right to say now bingo, right? But before I say that, I again want to check. I want to be this time very patient. Okay, Z34 says 34. 44, I beg your pardon. Says 44, yeah. And let me just get the sheets in a correct order. Yeah, so it says 44, it is not going to 15 because it is returning the value. So if I put it here 0, then it should give me the 15, right? Can we check? Alright, let's check. Wow, bingo. So we got the formula right, and it's quite interesting. And I guess now before I wrap up the video, I just want to say that that's my email ID. Keep writing me such good stuff, and I will upload the videos. In case if you're looking for a VBA training or Excel training starting from the scratch, maybe from the intermediate level, let me know about it. I have a number of courses to offer, and keep subscribing, please guys. Subscribe to my video channel as well, and watch my other 35 videos as well. Every video, I would say that not to, I mean, kind of appreciating myself, but I guess its credit goes to people like you, who keep on asking me such brilliant questions, and I keep on uploading the videos. And I think every video is unique, in its own way, and there will be a lot of learning if you watch them, and there will be no time wastage. That I think I can assure you while watching those videos. So signing off now, and have a very, very good day ahead. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye.